President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. tested negative for cocaine in 2021, according to a drug analyst from St. Luke's Medical Center. Drug analyst Keresha Reyes confirms the president's negative results during the second hearing of the Senate Committee on Public Order on the allegedly leaked Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency documents that linked certain personalities such as President Marcos to illegal drugs.
So as the analyst po, yes, may lumabas po na line. So sa drug test kit po natin, meron dun yung control line at saka yung line for the drug analyte. So dun po sa resulta, may lalabas po dapat siya talaga na line as negative. Yes.
Negative?
Yes po.
Alright.
St. Luke's Medical Center Global City Drug Testing Laboratory Head Dr. Cecilia Lim also confirms that the results of Marcos' drug test came out after 2 minutes and 54 seconds.
So yung 2 minutes and 54 seconds po, kaya po talaga ng drug testing kit. Mabilis pong lumabas yung resulta. Yung mga sinasabi po nilang 5 minutes, yun po yung maximum time na i-allow namin na lumabas yung line ng drug test. Pag lumabas po yung linya, hindi na humawawala yun, negative na kayo. Pero yung naghihintay kayo na mag-a-appear yung linya, hanggang 5 minutes po yung maximum.
However, Lim likewise confirms that Marcos' requested drug test was only specific for cocaine. Senator Dela Rosa, who is the chairman of the Committee on Public Order, asks why Marcos was just tested for cocaine and not for other types of illegal drugs. In response, Lim says that drug tests are administered according to what a patient requested. But Dela Rosa appears unconvinced, saying,
Lahat ng tao dito sa Pilipinas magpa-drug test. Hindi pa nagtatanong na i-test niyo ako sa cocaine, i-test niyo ako sa Cebu, i-test niyo ako sa marijuana. Wala.
On April 30, the upper chamber began its inquiry into the supposedly leaked PEDEA dossiers that link certain personalities to illegal drugs and allegedly contain an authority to operate in a pre-operation report issued on March 11, 2012. A heated exchange between Senator Jinggoy Estrada and former anti-drug agent Jonathan Morales during a Senate hearing on Monday, May 13, brought up each other's criminal cases. The verbal brawl between the two started after Morales presented during the hearing a CCTV footage related to the allegedly leaked Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency documents linking certain personalities to illegal drugs. Senators point out that the video seemed altered, prompting them to ask Morales to submit the original copy of the CCTV footage to the Senate Committee on Public Order.
Mr. Chair, how can we be sure if the video that is going to be presented before the committee is totally unedited?
We will...
Knowing this person who has a lot of criminal records.
Estrada's remark irks Morales, who responds saying,
Your Honor, ay parang hindi naman po maganda yung sinasabi ni ni Senator Jinggoy Estrada patungkol sa akin. Para namang ako talagang hinuhusgahan, ako'y may kaso pa lang at hindi pa napapatunayan sa hukuman. Hindi kagaya po ang ating butihing senador na-convict na po.
However, Senator Estrada quickly claps back.
Alam mo, Mr. Morales,
Senator Jinggoy, please.
huwag mong pakikalaman yung kaso ko. Problema ko yun. Yung kaso mo ang ayusin mo.
Morales was referring to Estrada's conviction for bribery by the Sandigan Bayan. The contested CCTV footage showed Morales together with investigation agent Romeo Enriquez, who was talking to former National Police Commission agent Eric Santiago. But the video had some parts consistently skipped as it even showed subtitles. Estrada previously expressed his belief that it was Morales who leaked the PEDEA operational dossiers himself. He likewise disclosed several criminal complaints against Morales. On April 30, the upper chamber began its inquiry into the PEDEA's leaked March 11, 2012 documents, the authority to operate, and a pre-operation report. The ongoing investigation of the allegedly leaked documents of the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency is not legitimizing falsehood, according to Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa. De la Rosa, who is the chairman of the Senate Committee on Public Order, leads the probe into the supposedly leaked PEDEA dossier that links certain personalities to illegal drugs and allegedly contain an authority to operate in a pre-operation report issued on March 11, 2012 and signed by former PEDEA agent Jonathan Morales. During the Senate probe, De La Rosa reacts to Senator Jinggoy Estrada's opening statement, calling on his committee to verify information and to refrain from legitimizing falsehoods and fabricated stories.
when you say that I am entertaining, I am legitimizing falsehood, I would like to disagree that we are not entertaining. But thank you for this reminder. Hindi naman, kaya nga tayo nagkakaroon ng hearing to hear everyone para pakinggan natin sila. Wala po tayong hidden agenda dito. It's up for us to evaluate yung mga sinasabi lang kung totoo ba yan o hindi.
In his opening statement, Senator Estrada underscores the importance of upholding the principles of truth and fairness in legislative processes.
Allowing the dissemination of false information and fabricated narratives not only undermines the credibility of our institutions but also jeopardizes the pursuit of genuine justice and accountability. And we must prioritize evidence-based discourse and avoid providing a platform for those who manipulate the truth for personal gain or hidden agenda.
Estrada particularly calls on Dela Rosa's committee to uphold its duty to the Filipino people.
And I call upon the Senate Public Order Committee to uphold its duty to the Filipino people by exercising due diligence in verifying the veracity of information presented before it and by refraining from legitimizing falsehoods and fabricated stories.
But Dela Rosa clarifies his stand on the testimonies of one of the resource persons in the committee's hearings, former PEDEA agent Morales.
Meron siyang mga sinasabi na pinapaniwalaan ko, meron din siyang sinasabi na medyo alanganin ako. That's for just to set the record straight.
The senator assures his colleagues that he would not allow his committee to be used for any hidden agenda or any political or personal agenda. National Security Council Assistant Director General Jonathan Malaya appeals to China to respect the upcoming civilian mission to Scarborough Shoal. In a briefing, Malaya says the Atenito civilian convoy has nothing to do with the Philippine government.
Siguro ang pakiusap na lang natin sa People's Republic of China ay igalang nila yung paglalayag nitong mga barkong ito kasi they're civilian.
Yes.
They are not in any way connected to the government.
On May 13, Sea Light Director Ray Powell says China is sending a huge force to the area ahead of the civilian convoy. According to Malaya, the Philippine government is still duty-bound to protect its citizens. He adds that the Philippine Coast Guard and the Atenito convoy are already coordinating with each other.
Sana igalang ng China yung ganitong klaseng nature nitong civilian mission na ito at sana wag naman nilang gawin kung ano man yung pinaplano.
Meanwhile, Akbayan Party President and Atenito co-convener Rafaela David says their group will move forward with the voyage despite China's deployment. The National Task Force to End Local Communist Armed Conflict will not be abolished by President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., according to the National Security Council. Calls for the repeal of the Anti-Insurgency Task Force were raised anew after Supreme Court says that red tagging is a threat to one's life. In response to the matter, National Security Council Assistant Director General Jonathan Malaya says,
They're imagining things kung sa tingin nila ang Pangulo ay i-abolish ang NTF-Elcac.
Malaya points out that the Supreme Court ruling did not mention the task force as it was a procedural lapse of the Iloilo Regional Trial Court.
The Supreme Court decision never mentioned NTF-Elcac as responsible for red tagging. Wala pong nakalagay doon, no? In fact, the NTF-Elcac is not a party to the case. It was not impleaded in that case itself. So, paano ngayon nauwi sa idinidikit yung NTF-Elcac dito sa decision na ito? If you read the 39-page decision of the Supreme Court, never did it say that the NTF-Elcac is a red tagger.
According to Malaya, President Marcos says that he was happy with the task force performance and wants more support for the task force.
During the last NTF-Elcac meeting in Malacanang, napakaliwanag ng sinabi ng Pangulo na he is happy with the accomplishments of the NTF-Elcac. Pangalawa, yung amnesty program ay kanyang pinapa-implement na sa NTF-Elcac para yung mga bumababa mula sa bundok ay mabigyan na ng amnesty at tulong mula sa pamahalaan. Pangatlo, sinabi din ng Pangulo na tulungan, dagdagan yung pondo para sa lahat ng barangay development program activities.
On May 8, the Supreme Court released a 39-page decision saying that the practice of red baiting or red tagging threatens a person's right to life, liberty, or security, which may justify the issuance of a writ of amparo.